Joining me now, Republican congressman whose district includes parts of northern metro Atlanta. Rich McCormick flies in and out there of Hartsfield with us tonight. What's going on with these negotiations? And hello, by the way.
Hello, good to see you. Glad we can make it up here.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, we traveled on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, either myself or my staff, so we're keeping a close key note on that. We talked to the head of security. What are we doing? How are we getting better organized? It is absolutely chaotic. Of course, Atlanta is the busiest airport in the world. It's very frustrating. Now, I think we just changed our schedule around so we wouldn't have the last week of this month off, and we're basically switching around our schedule so we can take care of this. But it does seem like we're not doing negotiations in good faith.
What's your understanding of where the negotiations are tonight? It seems like the way Washington works, it seems like we're getting closer to the end, given that everybody's sort of heading out of town.
Yeah, well, every time we say, okay, let's just fund right now, everybody wants DHS funded from the standpoint of TSA.
Right.
But the Democrats won't see that at all because that's their leverage point to make this painful. They want the issue, not the solution. Well, of course, they want their solution, which means from the minority, they want to get their way, which is what they've done to us 3 times since I've been in 3 years. 3 times they shut down the government, including the longest shutdown of all time when I was sitting here talking to you last time about the shutdown.
But
whenever they don't get their way.
They also say they want reforms.
Yeah,
they want
sure.
reforms to ICE, and then maybe there's a pathway that you guys take that up separately in another measure.
But what reforms are they looking for? When you start looking at what they're asking for, they're basically saying don't enforce the law and expose these guys and their families to harm so they can be doxxed. What they're asking for is not reasonable, not what the common American would want by popular vote, and that's why it's so insulting, really.
I've had someone on the show yesterday, Kevin McCarthy, who knows a thing or two about the way that building works. Here's what he said.
You can't leave until this is done. I mean, you're really putting America in jeopardy. These poor TSA agents who this is their 3rd time doing this without being paid, still asking me coming to work.
Former House Speaker says you can't leave without getting this done. Is this going to get done by the end of this week?
I sure hope so. At least we're talking now. I mean, people are really outraged. You got 2 senators, Democrat senators in Georgia, in a 50-50 state. One's up for election this year. They're going to hear about it from their constituents. I mean, we got, what, 12 million people in America, a lot of them going through the busiest airport of all. They're very frustrated. They're calling us off left and right. So the press is going to be on to solve this problem that really has nothing to do with funding DHS. It has everything to do with ICE. It's basically saying, I'm going to defund this over here because I don't like what's going on over here. ICE is already funded. They're trying to enforce the law, and yet they're going to use this funding, the most basic fundamental principle that we're responsible for, which is funding the government. We're going to once again, 3rd time, shut it down because I'm not getting my way on something else.
You talk about pressure on lawmakers. Our Laura Ingle was at LaGuardia, I believe, in New York, and she was talking to passengers. Here's what they said.
We would appreciate some support, please. That would be really nice. I don't think they actually know what's going on out here. And it would be nice if our government kind of stood up for us a little bit.
Do you have anything to say to members of Congress?
Make this stop, please.
Make it stop. Make it stop right now.
What do you say to those passengers, and are you hearing it, given that your airport is Hartsfield?
Sure, of course I am. Everybody's here. There's a single person in Congress, whether you're in the House or the Senate side, that's not hearing us about this right now. If you think about it, we did our part in Congress. We passed funding. So right now it's just the Senate. They're saying we're going to hold this hostage. We're going to shut down the government again unless we get our way on ICE. But our requests are, first of all, we want you to take off your mask, give us your address, put your name tag on there, tell you who we are, and then when you're trying to enforce the law...
Most of those people just want to get on their plane.
And most of the people also want to see the laws we've already passed enforced. If you're going to, every time, once again, I get it, but what you're requesting is not the law. You're saying, I want to defund the police again, defund law enforcement unless I get my way. Most people don't even understand what they're asking for. They just don't like waiting at the lines at the airport. Right. The airport line shouldn't be happening because right now we tried to pass a separate funding bill for those people. Like, look, I'd love to privatize it like they do in San Francisco for everybody. Absolutely.
Hartsfield.
Everybody. Every single airport. I mean, and by the way, I just went through other airports. Hartsfield is by far the worst one I've gone through. Most airports aren't as bad. Like you've been through D.C. recently. It's not that bad.
Right.
But certain airports are just absolutely ridiculous. And of course we don't like it. But at what cost are we going to get this done? Once again, everything should be funded already. They're playing games with the laws that we already have.
Let me ask you about something else that happened in Georgia, in your state. They put a pause on the gas tax there, as gas prices are now essentially $4 a gallon nationwide. It's actually cheaper because of it in Georgia, because of that 30-cent pause, 33-cent pause. There's a federal gas tax of 18 cents. So if it's good enough in Georgia, Congressman, to pause the gas tax there with everything that's going on and rising gas prices with the war, should Congress take up legislation to do something with the federal gas tax?
The question is how long you do it. The local control of gas prices, we've done this before, by the way. We did it in the Biden administration when gas prices were about this high.
I think Georgia was a 60-day pause,
Yeah,
right? So should Congress do something similar federally?
We can. I'm always about reducing taxes, reducing spending too, by the way. These are perilous times. We have a huge debt. Man, we spend a bunch of money on all
39 trillion just hit.
Yep, 39 trillion, on the way to 40 trillion. We're about to go bankrupt in Medicare and Social Security, which we'll bail out, which means more debt. That's going to affect our currency. That's predictable. These are hard decisions. So
what about right now, though, on a federal gas tax?
Hey, I'm all for it. Without thinking thoroughly for it, without doing the consequences of what that means. But I think this war is going to be over very quickly. I really do. I have great faith that we can control the straits, we can get it back open again, that we should be able to control that whole shipping lane and get back to the regular prices.
All right, Rich McCormick, Republican, Georgia. Nice to see you, sir. Thanks for coming on in.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.